Today, we're going to be talking about how to take this guy, and this guy, and merge them into one device. Is that even a possibility? Can we get that to work? We're going to talk about this here. Roll those credits. The Boombox FX2. This one device can replace all three of those devices I just talked about. I know one of the first things that people say when they are discussing a all-in-one light is, well, all-in-one lights look cheap. You know, you step up into the party and you show up with one light and it looks like, from a client's perspective, at least that's what we feel, that the client's like, I paid for lighting and this is all I get. When I first looked at it, I thought the same way. This is not gonna work. It's one light. People are gonna look at it and go, oh God, I paid all this money for a DJ and he brought this one cheap ass light. But this thing is impressive. A lot of times, a lot of DJs will come with just maybe one of these guys and maybe a color washer or whatnot. But the problem with these are, there's two major problems. One is they don't provide enough light on the dance floor. So if there's no other lighting in the room and they turn up all the lights and this is all you have, you're gonna see the speckles. They're gonna hit the walls, they're gonna hit the floors, they're gonna hit the people, but that's all the lights that's gonna be in the room. So it's just gonna be pitch black with a whole bunch of speckles. So you always need to bring some sort of a color wash to go along with it. So that's another fixture that you need to bring. Also, along with the speckles, just having the speckles, photographers hate the speckles. Every shot they take is gonna have something on the person's face that's not their face. So a color wash comes in handy when you're doing that type of stuff because it doesn't take away from the face. And then if they need to, they can always adjust the color balance later on. You can't do that with speckles. Speckles are always going to be on their faces. So this particular device is great because not only does it have I call it the speckles, but it also has the color wash right around here. This whole ring is a color wash. It provides a fixed color, so all these rings can be one color, or all of these LEDs can be individual colors. So you can do cool, ring effects and chase effects right on the device. And there is a small 0.3 laser, red and green laser inside of here. So it's also going to give you more designs on the walls, more speckles, more everything. The laser comes off the best, obviously, if there's some sort of a hazer or smoke, because that's when that really comes to life. This guy is a gobo. So you're going to get the cool effects on the floor, and I'll show you some examples here, where you can see that the gobo is moving around the room. It's giving you a kind of a three-dimensional feel for your lighting, which is what you need in it. You don't want it to just be this static movement the entire time, or else people are going to get bored with it and it's just going to take away from what you're trying to do. Lighting is just as important as your DJing. Being able to change the lighting changes the look and the feel of the room, changes the whole dynamics of the event. So you want to be able to make sure you can actually change it. On auto, it's going to control all of these things, and it's going to shift around and give you its kind of pre-programmed movements. And for the most part, they're good. The sound activation is very good on them. there are multiple presets for the sound, like sound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each one of them will give you a different option. Like maybe sound 1 gives you everything. Everything's going all the time. You got strobe effects and all that, but maybe you don't want to do strobe. So you go to sound 2 and it doesn't do the strobe, but it does a color wash and it does the speckles. Or 3 does maybe the moving heads. You get my point. There are options in here that are going to allow for you to kind of get the feel that you need without going into a controller. Now, using a controller is going to give you a lot more strength. On the back here, you have a control panel, and the control panel is going to give you all of your settings. So you can literally change them by hand, and then the settings will be stored in there up until you change them again. The cool thing about it is it does do DMX. So there are 2 different options for DMX, and as you can see right here with the speckles, that's what I'm talking about. The cool thing about the DMX is that there are 2 different DMX settings, and this happens with a lot of fixtures, where you'll have a channel, you'll have a 3 channel, and then you'll have a multiple channel. The 3 channel is going to give you all 3 lights, and then they're going to operate on their own faders, and then you can change it and adjust the lighting on there. So that'll give you really good control. The secondary one is a 19 channel, and that gets really, really granular. So you can work everything. You can work exactly what gobos you're going to use, exactly what colors you're going to use for, you know, for the moving head parts or for the laser. You get all those options right there. But it's gonna require a controller. It's gonna require some knowledge. One day maybe I'll do a little video on setting up your controller to do it. But right now we're only talking about what this thing does. So right now, pretty much it's all in sound activation mode, which is why it's changing right now, as long as there's still some sort of a vibration. And I find that that's the laser, and then we're talking about this guy right here, and then the moving heads, which are over here. There's your color wash. I gotta be honest with you, this LED color wash is actually really, really strong. I have found that this is all I really need to get the party going, because typically you're only lighting the dance floor anyway. Strobe. Sorry if it's killing you guys. Okay, there's your moving heads. Now those are working. I'm going to show you what they look like on the other side so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's turn this off for a second. Let's talk about what I don't like first. I always like to start with the bad and then go to the good. The bad. So as far as automation is concerned, I feel the presets, while they are good, I think that there should have been like 2 more presets in there that really focus on the moving heads. The moving heads are really, really important in this device. For the most part, if you look at any DJ setup, if they're doing weddings, if they're doing corporate events, moving heads are what is typically used. People don't usually use this anymore. It's a kind of a dying thing. And while they add really cool lighting when there's hazers or fog in the room, when they're just on, from the front perspective, you looking at it, I can see how people can say, oh, that looks cool. But while it's on you, it doesn't really offer anything but just speckles. Look, that's all subjective. I think it's ugly. A lot of people love it. Okay, so don't take what I'm saying as don't buy this, because a lot of people do love it. I just don't like it. Probably because I'm also into video and photography, and I don't like things all over my people's faces. So I've learned that I don't need this one as much. There are times to use it and there are times not to use it. If you're doing a grand entrance, I wouldn't use this. I would use the moving head or the color wash. If you're just doing party and they're just dancing and raging and you got strobes and everything else going on, then I would definitely use this. The laser is okay. It's actually the same laser that they've been using in this field for, I don't know, 10 years. When this first laser came out, I remember how cool it used to be. It came in a box that was like this big, maybe this thick, and it would give you all of those designs, and I thought that was the end all for the laser. But there has been no progress. So the same laser is still being used in here. I could do it with it or without it. I typically don't even use the laser, to be honest with you. Like I said, unless there's some sort of a hazer or fog. Not a lot of bad. I mean, it is what it is. What I do like about it is, obviously, one of these is going to take up a lot less space than 3 of the lights I showed you in the first place. It's gonna fit in your car really, really easy. It's a pretty light light, and it gives you pretty much everything you need. It does look a little toyish, a little. You wouldn't be replacing your Chevy Intimidator 350s with something like this. This is really designed for super small events, backyard parties, school events, parties with 40 or 50 people. That's the kind of thing. I wouldn't utilize this for a 200 person party or a 300 person party. That would be ridiculous. It's okay to bring a smaller setup. That includes smaller speakers, smaller lighting, a smaller DJ setup, controller versus turntables. It's economies of scale. So the less that people pay, the less people that you have there, the less you should try to bring, we call it showing your ass. You don't need to show your ass. Work smarter, not harder. This is the kind of thing with this and a small setup that'll actually fit in your car, but it'll still provide the same amount of party lighting for that dance floor that you would get bringing 4 other things. So this is going to give you what you need. The moving head in here is really, really good. It's got a really good spread. I'm going to show you what it looks like here, probably, but it has a really good spread. The images are actually really strong, and the distance is equivalent to probably 25 feet. It's always hitting the dance floor, and the dance floor is 5 to 10 feet. So anywhere between 0 and 25, 30 feet, you're going to get a really good looking gobbo. After that, it's going to start to smooth out. It's going to start to blur a little bit because it's really designed for the dance floor. It's not designed to be used to like color accent a room. That's not what this is for. This is strictly for dancing. So as you can see, it's a really good light. It can replace a mirror ball. You can use this for a mirror ball. As long as you have your DMX controller, you can change this to white and then slow down the pattern, and now you have a mirror ball. Like I said, it's going to give you your color washes, and it's going to give you your moving heads. It gives you everything you need to do a party, and it's pretty affordable. I mean, the cost of this guy is... I don't know that. I should probably know that. Hold on. The cost of this light is about $220. So, if you were to take this Intimidator Spot 260 and you were to take like a par light, even a wired one that's, RGB white is going to cost you at least $130 to $150. And then this Intimidator Spot 260, well, this is, I think $250, $350 per light. And then like your quad phase is probably still about $120, $130. So it's taking all of these things and throwing them into one box, which is $220. For a DJ starting out, for a person trying to consolidate or have that small light setup DJ party, like I said, backyards, little school events, something like that, this thing is great. And I can put everything in the back of my truck without worrying about did I forget a light, because all I need is just one light. So guys, do I recommend this light? I do. I even recommend it even though it's American DJ. I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with American DJ. I just happen to be pretty much all Chevy. But that doesn't matter, because what I care about is making sure that the party's great. So guys, that's the review of the ADJ Boombox FX2. It is definitely a good light to have. I would recommend this to anybody trying to do a just smaller, consolidated light show that is maybe not trying to buy everything, but they need to have some lighting for the dance floor. This is great. This will do the job. And that's about it, guys. Leave a comment below on what you're using and what you find works for you, because I want to know. I know that there are tons and tons of lighting options out there. This is just one, but let me know what you guys are using in the comments below. If you have any questions on this, let me know. If you want me to update this with something else, like maybe show you the MIDI control options, I'd love to do that also. Let me know in the comments below. Once again, thank you guys for checking out my videos. I know you have many choices on YouTube, but you come to watch mine, and I appreciate you. I will upload videos as quickly as possible, typically once a week, sometimes twice, and hope to get on a real schedule this time. So guys, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace. Oh, by the way, if you guys found this useful, give me a like. If you found it really useful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified when I post, and however I post, you're going to get an email on that one.